Next, I'd like to have a moment of silence for all soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. Thank you. I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker today, Ralph Galati. Ralph is an airman and a real hero from the Vietnam War. Without further ado, Ralph.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm always in awe when I'm on a Navy ship surrounded by Army ammunition. So if I struggle a bit this morning, that's why. I appreciate being here. I want to thank the Battleship New Jersey and also all the Harley groups that have been here and been there for us for the last 40 years or so, for every event and every ceremony, everything at the wall in Washington, D.C. For those that are old enough to remember, in the 60s and 70s, it was difficult, if not impossible, for returning service members to wear their uniforms in public. Vietnam vets. You might also remember it was difficult to join a VFW post. So it's really nice to see, since at least the last 20 years or so, even though Americans may not like the war, may not like the politics, they still like the soldier. And I think it's through the efforts of folks like you that have been able to do that. And as a former prisoner of war in Vietnam, it's important for me to represent your cause. Because without your sustained effort over these 4 decades or so, things would not have changed so dramatically. When we came back from Vietnam, we were treated as special people. Some might say heroes. But then there were millions of you that were not. So it's important when I speak and when I'm in public that I try to do a better job of representing what you were and give you the rightful welcome home that you deserve. So I thank you all for being here today. I thank the Battleship New Jersey and all the folks involved in the dedication of the POW-MIA chair. Thank you.
I also want to recognize Patrick Hughes, who actually is going to play a special role for us today and be our official photographer on our ceremony here.
Thank you, Phil. First of all, I would like to thank all of my friends, supporters, POW Ralph Galati, Battleship New Jersey, Americans, veterans are purchasers of peace. And every veteran has earned the right, the absolute right to come home. I want to tell you a little bit about the story, how this chair got started. A fellow named Joe Diamante was from Massachusetts, was at Bristol, Tennessee NASCAR Raceway about 5 years ago. While he was there, he happened to notice there was one seat just set aside. Nobody was in it. It was blocked off. He noticed the POW logo. He did a little research, found out they wanted to do this to honor all these American servicemen and women who never came home and are all but forgotten except for their family and some of their close friends. So Joe's way, driving back to Massachusetts, he said, we're going to do something about it. So we got his chapter, and this is not necessarily a Rolling Thunder thing. This is about all veterans paying tribute and homage to our fellow servicemen and women. So Joe took it upon himself, got his brothers and sisters together. They've now placed over 100 chairs in the state of Massachusetts. And locally, with the help of my veteran friends that are out there, we placed one in the Leah Force Center. We placed one at St. Joe's Prep. We're going to be placing one at Citizens Bank Park and also Dover International Speedway. So I really appreciate what everybody's doing for this. This chair will serve as an instant reminder of all the sacrifices made for our country by these missing American servicemen who for too long have been forgotten by all but their immediate families and some close friends. Thank you. Now,
Three. The chair will be on permanent display here in the battleship. It'll be down near our Vietnam exhibit in the forward area of the ship. Thank you for everyone who was involved in this, making this day happen, and this is certainly a very important aspect of the Battleship New Jersey.